My name is Michael Huang, founder of MILLI Agency, and I just got steezed. Wait, can we do that again? I that felt weird for me and I just started laughing.
What's good? Dead. It's like 8:20. We're about to go cut up my guy Mike Huang. He runs a creative agency called MILLI. We're at the head shop right now. Let's do it. So I've been cutting Mike for about 2 years now. Appreciate you, Mike. He runs the creative agency MILLI. With, to name a few, Seahawks, Dairy Gold, Amazon, Red Bull. So he has a lot of good insights to share. Let's get it.
I think I grew up in South Seattle and in a time when Seattle was really diverse, not only the neighborhoods I was in, the schools I was in, but also the way the city was integrating, such as the busing era where they were sending kids all across cities.
Right.
Got into breaking in high school, and it wasn't until later in high school, when shit started getting real, when I realized that there was a lot of power in what I was given in my upbringing, despite what my parents or people around me might have been telling me. That the art that I got into, the diversity that I was exposed to, the culture I was exposed to, the struggle that I was exposed to, and then the community that I was a part of became something that I was really proud of, kind of almost all of a sudden. And it made me, I don't think I really fully realized it, but it made me want to represent that as being a unique aspect of me. And then in college, I picked up an internship with Red Bull, and that really pushed everything I was doing into a new level of actually having, budgets, still was in school, but budgets and, a job beyond like folding clothes at a clothing store. I was like being creative and thinking about, and this is back when like social media wasn't a thing yet. Facebook was around, that was just for college kids. This was like 2007. Okay. It took me in, which was interesting too, because Red Bull had been known up until that point of being a really fratty kind of certain demographic, and I was kind of a new person, new archetype in that group, and I started throwing ideas at them like, let's throw b-boy battles, breakdancing battles, let's throw MC battles, let's do hip-hop events, on campus, because everyone loves hip-hop, even the frat kids,
Right.
And that's when I also started the UW Hip Hop Student Association at UW. It was hard for me to graduate because there wasn't really something out there like that, especially back then when, a lot of kids now just move to New York and work for Complex or something, or try to, back then it wasn't as easy, it wasn't as, social media really wasn't like that. But when I graduated, what I realized is that I built a bunch of skill around organizing communities using technology, right? Facebook, especially, to get the word out, throw events. We had a Facebook group page, a couple thousand kids on there. And that was a valuable skill. It was the recession, so it was really tough to get a job. So I said, okay, you know what, I need to build, I got like this street knowledge, this street smart thing going on. But if I can supplement that with like real institutional knowledge, like at the high level of business or something, like I'm gonna be very well rounded. So I went out and tried to get a real job instead of staying in the hip hop game, starving artists or whatever. I actually bounced around kind of really odd jobs in Seattle, marketing jobs in Seattle, until I landed in advertising. And it's funny, even then, the way I got into that was I was a club promoter by night, trying to moonlight, make a little extra money for a bunch of hip hop clubs in Seattle. And the head promoter was working at this agency called Razorfish, and he got me an interview. So I still owe everything I have to hip hop. It's crazy, right? So that kind of bubble allowed me to move up very quickly, and along with my street knowledge and kind of my background in culture. And then I ended up moving to New York. And then in New York, it got even realer, because then you're playing with the big boys. And that's when I got to see the culture around, I think, really hyper-capitalistic situations, very specific demographics, right? I learned how to work at an extremely high pace, high caliber. I worked alongside some of the smartest people I've ever met. Launched some of the largest campaigns. I still can't wrap my mind around that. Involved more money and more stakeholders than I can even say. Realized that gave me quite a foundation, because there was very few people who had that experience that quickly. And I was only 24, 25. And I was exhausted. I wasn't dancing. I was working 12 hours a day. I barely had any friends in New York because of my coworkers. I was drinking a lot because that's all you can do out there, And
it's pretty stressed at this point.
Yeah, and just to veer personal a little bit, my dad had just passed away a couple of years before that. And I kind of had this personal epiphany of going like, you know what, I could stay on this path, this corporate path, but what if I get back into my roots? What if I take a risk and do what I want to do that makes me happy? I've spent a nice chunk of my years out of college, playing this role in the corporate world. And so I quit abruptly after I launched this big campaign. I was like, I'm out. It was probably the first time I ever said, I need to do something truly for myself, I'm passionate about small businesses, and this was 2013 when there was like the startup scene, and a lot of my homies were starting up companies and food trucks. And I was like, man, I want to help them, I want to feel connected to what I'm doing. Go first full circle on it. My first client was Marcus Lalario, Little Woody's Burgers. And again, the way I met him was he's the owner of the clubs I was promoting for. All of it comes back to the community of Seattle, and not just like your neighbors. I'm talking about like the people you grew up with, the people that knew your worth. Like Marcus gave me a chance, not just because he knew what I could do or I could pitch well, just because he knew me, you know what I mean? And he knew we could vibe on the same tip, that we both grew up in Seattle, that we loved hip hop, and I had promoted for his clubs and we loved the same music. And so it was that community, and like he gave me the first chance and gave me a shot. And then even the first couple of different clients were referrals from him, or references obviously from our work with Little Woody's as we grew them from single location. Now they're at 5 locations. That's kind of the origin story, man. And now MILLI has evolved into something, I think, not just I think it exists at the cross section of where I was, of that path of community, where community meets good work. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do with MILLI. We're 4 years in, we're still small, but I'm trying to capture those two principles, right? Is that you can do really great, innovative, creative, impactful work, and you can still put on for your city, put on for your community, put on for your generation, put on for your culture and your perspective, and you don't have to lose that just so you can fit in and play the ball game. It's that community, that diverse community that raised me and raised us. And then now I've even realized that perspective is what makes our work unique. Somebody who's experienced and benefited and really been raised by the hip hop community here. Now I'm hoping to give something back by bringing kind of this legitimacy around the business side.
I grew up in Skyway, but then we moved over to the East Highlands. I went to school in Essequa. So like for me and Ty to connect, because we grew up going to middle school together in my Essequa district. But then I'm connected in like both worlds. You know what I mean? Like growing up in the South End and going out there like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then now reconnecting with Ty, just like bringing both worlds together, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's all a blessing. I'm super grateful for how I've been raised and experiences I've had that allow me to have this kind of this mission and this foundation for the company. Oh, great, man.
Walking into Little Willie's right now, about to grab some grub, starving. Oh. And one for the road. Come on. Alright, this is Ty's first time. What are we trying to say?
What is it?
This is their monthly special. I think it's Beecher's Cheese. Beecher's little mix.
Looks good. First time at Little Woody's. I've known about it, but I've never actually like eaten here before, so I'm excited to try it out. That's fire. What is in this burger? Mushrooms, onions, sauteed mushrooms. That looks good. Bacon.
Heart attack.
In conclusion, that burger was very good.
5 out of 5?
That's a 5 out of 5.
Woo! Thanks for tuning in to episode 4. Mike, thanks. After a long day, this is a nightcap, man. Alright, y'all. See y'all later.
What's up, you guys? I'm KJ Wright, and I just got listed. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
No doubt.
Yeah, we are rolling.